Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus The Riven Realms. We're about to find the Hidden Graves area. It's gotta be up in here somewhere, right? Right? Aha! This is certainly the area beneath the rocky rise upon which the ember mines perch that the scavengers mentioned. Finding this hidden gravesite, however, will be anything but easy. Looking up, you feel small at the foot of the steeply rising, sheer rock walls, making orienting yourself more of a challenge. The terrain does not help either. Jagged rocks the size of houses and deep ravines obscure everything from your view on the ground level, creating a maze. If indeed there were graves in this place, you must take the time to search. We will use our resourcefulness. I don't know if we I don't know if we really have to, because it's already very high. Because we have perceptive and tough. We succeeded. It takes quite a lot of time, but at length your search party locates the wide crag with the makeshift graves. It was so hidden that if you had not been told where to look, you would not have found it in 100 years. You count 6 graves, each spread haphazardly across the valley floor, marked by piles of stones. Just when you are about to give the order for your komes to start digging, an awful sensation washes over you. It is akin to the feeling that someone is sitting on your chest, accompanied by an inexplicable sinking of your heart. Whatever it is, it passes soon enough, and as you look around, you can tell that your komes have also experienced the same. As you turn your attention back to the graves, there's a low rumble, and they burst open with earth violently catapulting into the air. Gurgling undead crawl out of the holes. Some are dry, smoldering like embers, while others look decidedly rotten, emitting a foul stench. They quickly position themselves between you and the exits from the wide ravine, and your komes draw their weapons. Well, at least we don't have to dig anymore. Oh, a ghost! Alright, we have to bring our sorcerers, because if we don't, highly unlikely we'll be able to kill the ghost with who we got. Fireball, good hit. Let's boost Fenderath so she can chain lightning the ghost, or lightning bolt the ghost. That was not part of my plan. Ouch. Don't you do it. I've been penetrated and decayed. Alright, we killed one of the cinder guys. I don't think that guy can do anything at the back, so honestly him being back there is a great place for him to be. I think the same thing with the zombie, actually. Oh, I should have thrown wards down. That would have been a good idea. Try to take out the burning zombie, and then let's chain lightning. Yeah, I should have done that from the get-go. Ooh, nice kill on the Skeleman. You are so crafty. I don't like you. That guy's still alive. I bet you throw lava at me again. The charged shamblers take a long time. Yep, I knew it. They take a long time to make their moves. Chain lightning, triple kill. All right, double. I'll settle for a double kill. That's fine. And the hawk gets the kill. Good bird. At last, the undead are put to rest with extreme prejudice. Once they fall, you order your komes to pull them apart, not wanting to risk the chance of the abominations rising again. The deed is done in a timely fashion, and you take the time to observe the undead. One of them, a dwarf in ancient armor, seems to be much older than the rest, and your komes confirm that it did not break out of the graves, but from the ground nearby. A few of the fresher corpses are certainly not of dwarven stock, and judging by the remnants of their attire, they have not been dead for very long. Then you rummage around in their graves to find that their effects are indeed buried with them, just like the scavengers claimed. Among these, you find the bracelet of the well-digger Kathas, and several weapons the make of which suggest they belong to Ironguard warriors. You take them, as well as the grimoire and scrolls that have belonged to a mage, as well as the meager valuables you took off of the undead. Whether or not these will be enough to place the blame on Lothra for the deaths of these people, or if indeed that the gangs told you was true, remains to be seen, but Narbo will certainly want to know all the details. We will leave this accursed place. Okay, well, we can't take the metal with us. So that was a waste to dig that out of the ground. And now, so we have this guy left for a prospecting site, and then more anguished spirits, and then we have that prospecting site at the Fallen Tower. I'm going to, let's go ahead and pause the video real quick here, and I will bring you back when we've gotten to the next prospecting site down by the cave, I think. Because this is the lava fork. And then it must be on this side. So I will bring you back in a few seconds here. Hold on to your seats, people. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm back. Okay, we haven't moved much at all because I had a thought. Remember where I was like, I wonder if we can knock this dwarven statue down? I have good news. I think you can knock the dwarven statue down. So, here's the guy. Look at how beautiful he is. On the precipice overlooking the lava river that crosses Varnurud stands a huge stone statue. After over a millennium, it is possible to say if it was carved in the likeness of a king, a lord, or impossible to say that if it was carved in the likeness of a king, a lord, or perhaps a warrior of great renown. There it stands after all this time, ever stalwart and immovable. Or is it? Upon closer inspection, the 60-foot statue looks less stable. It leans precariously on one side, and somewhat over the chasm of fiery ichor beneath. It is a wonder if it has not fallen over yet, considering the many earthquakes plaguing the area. Perhaps there is a way to topple the statue. You need Engineering 5 to be able to do this. A quick but attentive survey reveals that such a venture would be possible. With the right tools, workforce, and time, one could dig at the base of the statue to have it fall across a chasm, where it is at the narrowest, essentially creating a stable stone bridge over impassable terrain. You need 12 workers of any kind, and you need mining equipment. It takes 3 vigor, holy crap. And 5 movement to do so. Amazing, though. After hours of sweating and back-breaking work, your crew is ready for the final phase. Push the leaning statue so that it falls over. It is a sight to behold. After minutes of pushing and pulling against the gigantic carved rock, it begins to move with a loud cracking noise and eventually topples, falling over the chasm just the way you envisioned. You spend some time with the crew to observe if the new bridge is safe and conclude that this venture was a success through and through. Soon the Comitatus is ready to roll out once again. Dude, we made a bridge! Look at that! I feel so smart. Wonderful. Well, let's get a camp going. Regenerate some of our vigor a little bit. And this saves us so much time. I was thinking we'd have to walk all the way around. But I think now we can actually just pop down here and check out the next prospecting site. All the way at the bottom of the river down here. Because what, we got 10 days worth of supplies? Yeah, I think we get down here, we can get back to the bastion with plenty of time. So let's go ahead and camp. I'm betting that the water is on the other... Oh, it's even further south than I thought it would be. Oh yeah, the bastion's right there. What am I talking about? Get me some more vigor, please. I hope we have supplies for this. It'll probably take like 5 days to get back to the bastion from down there, so keep that in mind. What are you? I don't know if I've ever seen you before. The Conflagration. You look like a town. Weren't you like the enemies of the Hollow Men? Did I imagine this? Do you think we can go there, or are they gonna kill us? Oh, it's south of us here. How about you? Aha! As the volcanic barren earth stretches out before you in each direction, you recognize the familiar sight of Uthar walking toward the front of the Comitatus. It would appear that the thick-set well-digger wishes to speak with you. Sorry to be a bother, friend Vagrus, but I do believe this is the place for prospecting. You look to Uther's warm, smiling eyes and then back to the surrounding landscape. It is hard to imagine water being below the surface out here, so you ask him if he is sure. Oh yes, quite sure. There's a host of salamanders around these parts. The lizards often happen upon unsuspecting travelers, but there can be no doubt this is it. he confirms. Now that the question is, do we have time now? We can always come back, though I'm sure it'd be most productive if we begin right away. As always, it is your call. Let's go. A strong nod belies Uthar's satisfaction. I'll round out Dimitri and the apprentices then. We'll get started right away. I'd recommend using your crew to cover the entire site. Those cunning bastards who are wont to stage an ambush, that's for sure. Uthar's is a good idea, so you disperse your crew throughout the area, paying particular attention to the fissures, gullies, and trenches that bore down into the bleak terrain. These are sites of potential hazards, and of course positions from which the salamanders can spring. Uthar gets to work forthwith, taking his dowsing rod and chanting as he slowly paces about, with a deliberate rhythmic gait. A low chant begins as he and his apprentices continue their movements, and Dimitri, the other fully fledged member, watches from the side, stopping to direct the group now and then. Time passes slowly, and in this torn land, you find a certain kind of beauty in their ritual. You ponder just how endearing it all is, until out of nowhere, you swear you hear a low hissing whisper. You direct your companions to action and find that the salamanders Uthar spoke of are upon you. They are not here to find groundwater. You must defend yourselves. Oh boy, well, don't bring Nadir. These guys are horrifying looking. You are not weak or resistant to... You are not resistant to lightning, so we can keep Finderath. But we'll swap Nadir out for Garrick here. This pistol could do some good work. Kill the one with the dark scales first because he can act twice. I have to imagine you guys, I was gonna say, can breathe fire at me. Yeah, I was gonna say, I have a feeling we're probably gonna get like a lot of burn over time damage, which is just going to like slowly eat through our health as the fight wears on. A lot of arcing flames going on here. Oh, you rended me that time. And what does the alpha do? Oh, you bit me as well. Okay. What does this do? Yeah, fire damage over time. I thought as much. Thank you for killing him, Garrick. Let's go Gorgoro and Skornar together. The more they attack, the more they heal themselves. Some evasion. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Good hit. If Elani can make contact, they get stuck in place, so that's good. You're dead. Let's boost Gorgoro again. Another chain lightning. It blocked it that time. I'm gonna throw my bomb at you. It did debuff 2 of you, so that's something. Think about their moves here. Yeah, we're gonna sustain a lot of burn damage here. I might want to skip over the next angry spirits and pop. Well, we'll probably heal along the road too. We'll see. We might be able to do the angry spirits right after. Stun this dude if you can. I don't know if he was able to. Nope. Trap that guy at the back. Reload your gun, good sir. I would like to kill you. Alright, one dead. Maybe Gorgoro can... Nah, you have too much health. Unless we got a crit, but we didn't. So much arcing flame and damage over time. You don't have any power left. What? It doesn't take power to cast flames? You're unfair, sir. Get wrecked. Goodbye. I wish not to see you anymore. With a spasm and a loud hiss, the last of your serpentine attackers perish. With the bloodshed at a close, you look around and see that the well-diggers themselves have gathered up and appeared to be watching from the side. Nasty bastards, those serpents. Silent apprentices and Dimitri look on with wide eyes, but only give hesitant nods. The fact that the others follow Uthar's lead is all but undeniable. Well, boys, back to it, eh? In short order, the well-diggers resume their prospecting efforts. The chanty begins anew, and as Uther heads up the group's efforts, a tranquil silence falls upon the plateau. It is peculiar, you decide, that the operation should continue as if nothing at all has changed, yet it is the way of these lands, plagued by peril as they are. Hours inch by as the prospecting continues apace, and multiple paths of volcanic earth are dug up, at least on the surface. While Dimitri and his apprentices work to highlight one site in particular, Uther comes to you, a grin upon his face. That he enjoys the whole process is plain to see. Ah, but they're a good lot, he says, nodding to his brethren. Should only take an hour or so more, and now that we have time, perhaps you'd like to learn the origins of the fire salamander, Seems only fitting. A non-committal answer is all that the middle-aged prospector needs. He smiles cheerily and scratches his beard before he begins. Well, you see, simple folk often believe the salamanders are born of fire, but it is not so. No. In fact, they were originally small aquatic lizards. Can you imagine that? The original association comes from the idea that campfires produce such lizards, but the reality, strangely, is that those aquatic lizards often sought shelter in wood or piles of ash. Once set aflame, the lizards would burst out of them, and voila, salamanders! What we have in Varnurud are actually fire serpents, but folks call them salamanders all the same. They do not know any better, so we can hardly blame them. You, however, know the difference. You thank the prospector and allow your gaze to drift back to his apprentices and Dimitri, who are still hard at work. Considering the wide range of knowledge the man has, you deem this a valuable chance to learn about the monsters of the region. The tales involve the accounts of other creatures, the basilisk and some kind of flying predator among them, but Uthar does not have all these specifics. Instead, his accounts devolve into stories more suited to a campfire late at night. In time, the others finish their efforts and begin carving markings into the nearby landmarks to denote this location for future prospectors. Presumably, these are intended for the ones who will actually dig the wells, indeed. Uthar explains as much. Small offerings are brought forth by the apprentices and bequeathed to you, water and edible roots among them, and you do not know how they do it, but there is no denying the efficacy of the well-diggers' operation. I dare say it is time to move on, Uthar reflects, his smiling eyes probing you for a reaction. Off we go. Alright, well that's 4 out of 4. I guess we could go to the conflagration. Aren't those the bad guys, though? Like, I feel like they're anti-hollow men. Am I gonna get myself killed here? At the foot of the great mountain towering above you, a macabre settlement beckons. Better described as a haphazard assemblage of bone, stone, and burned effigies, a flattering characterization of its lay would be to call it savage eccentric. Countless scavengers gather around open bonfires, many with torches they seem gleefully poised to use, and at the perimeter, charred corpses serve as a deterrence for anyone who would dare encroach further. Your gut feeling tells you that marching into this place would be akin to kicking a death wasp nest, potentially deadly and without any apparent benefits. Alright, asked and answered. I'm out. I think we have to come back here and kill them with the hollow men. It's a little unfortunate because I did waste like 2 days worth of supplies doing that. But we do have a little bit of movement here we could spend. A little bit of supplies procured. Zoop. All right, I think we're well capable of reaching the bastion. Oh, don't do that. People are healing up well from the salamander attack. Do you think it was right here? I guess we'll follow the lava, and if it's not a big deal. We'll just come back. Skornar is healed dramatically. Aha! The spirits are here. We tell Urdok we're ready, and then I think we bring the same squad, with the exception of swapping in, swapping out our 2 sorcerers and bringing in Garrick and Harvick here. Once you pick up your team, you leave the rest of the Comitatus behind. They will settle into an easily defensible position among the crags, but keep a distance from the ritual. Getting closer to the edge of the bubbling lava is no small task. The heat is becoming unbearable, and a sudden gale keeps throwing the scorching heat into your faces. The shamans are pushing through the pain and fatigue with sheer force of will, spearheading the walk. Looking back, the Comitatus has disappeared from view, and you hope they have found sufficient cover. At length, the party reaches the bank of the lava, and emerges onto an uneven but largely flat expanse. The boiling ichor of the earth stretches out as far as the eye can see, and above it hangs a haze that masks whatever is behind the lake, save for the mountains to the west, crowned by distant fire. "We made it," Urdak whispers over his coughs. You take a look at that empty flat area with burn markings and strange patterns all over it, and express your doubts, but the shamans insist. "The local spirits are the key to purifying this area." "Ah yes, they've told us about that." A handful of orc shamans begin the ritual, and it is as you would expect. There's a lot of stomping of feet, leaping around the freshly decorated rocks. I feel like this is exactly what we read last time. Over the cacophony of the singing, drumming, and spectral screams and the howling of the wind, you begin to see the surface of the lake rippling and bubbling excessively. Eerie groaning and moaning emanate from the lava, and the hot gales become stronger. Moments later, volcanic ichor is spewed into the air to fall on the bank, and you have to take cover behind rocks. The lava geysers cease for a few minutes, and as you rise from behind the cover, you witness two glowing shapes move onto the lake's bank. They are vaguely humanoid, hover over the ground, and seem to be made entirely of fire. I'm glad I didn't bring Nadir or Finderath. Their pained expressions and erratic twitching do not bode well, and moments later they begin to move towards the shamans, tossing bolts of flame at them. "Vagrus," Urdak pleads, "we must protect the ritual, else all is lost." Let's do it. Ah, we're fighting fire elementals, which is not good. Because most of my people can't hurt them. Yup. I don't think Krifta can hurt them. Nope. Gorgoro is a no. I should move you to the front and move Krifta to the back. I have to imagine your gun doesn't work, so let's hit you with a rune just because it's magic. I know Skornar can hurt them. He's got like a magic weapon or something. Firestorm sucks. This is what made the fight with the in Quathos so difficult. Good, no healing. What do you got, my man? What is this? Might of the Ancestors. Cold damage. Oh, thank you for that. Great hit. Owie. You are not allowed to take out Skornar because if you do, I'm absolutely dead. Oh, don't do that. I shout at you. It did debuff you, so I'm thankful for that at least. Good damage. Debuff. Shout at him, and then stab him with the orc dagger. Didn't kill him, though. He's close. Good miss. Thank you. Good news is we also have our full resourcefulness, so if anybody gets downed, we can pick them up like that. Oh, he must have like been damaged over time from maybe the orc. All right, you moved into a location. I don't think I can poison you either. Yeah. We just have to. Oh, we healed him, Garrick, you fool. I was gonna say we just have to hit him repeatedly until he finally falls. I'm kind of surprised Gorgoro's weapon doesn't do magic damage. Don't heal him. Thank you. Good hit. Poke you again just because I can. A little more. We just need a little more damage. All right, Gorgoro got damaged over time into the ground again. We don't want to move him anymore. Please kill him. Yes. Oh, fighting fire elementals is no fun. At last, the fiery creatures explode into embers and scatter across the rocky ground. A minute later, the ritual singing and stomping reaches its crescendo, and you witness specters burst forth from the lake itself. Their ghastly faces are contorted in anger and despair, but they are unable to resist the immense pull of the unseen force at the shaman's disposal. The ethereal figures twist and screech briefly in the air before dissipating into nothingness, or shedding their anger and floating away in a surprisingly tranquil manner. In a minute or so it is over, and in the clamor's aftermath, only the whistling of the wind and the bubbling of the lava remain. To your horror, however, you see that not all of the malevolence was expunged, and some of the specters had fled the shaman's grasp. Having flown over you, they are now headed towards the north like a spirit host gone insane from rage. You have seen this before. We will run over there and fight them off together. I will defend equally. We don't really need to do anything special here. They were destroyed. I feel like something's going wrong there, but I won't question it too badly because we were victorious. Just when the spectral fight is about to end, the spectral host simply disappears, their anger dissipating as a strange calmness settles on the area. You wait a while, but no other threat emerges, so you turn to counting your losses and taking care of the wounded. We did it, Vagrus, he tells you, wiping sweat from his brow. Ask him why we already asked him why that happened. The task is complete. Both locations with a powerful corrupted spirit aura have been cleansed by our rituals, Urdak says with a tired smile. I can't express how important your contribution to these rituals was. Nevertheless, thank you. We'd like to return to Unfangor as soon as possible. Tarhek will want to hear of this, I assure you. More likely, he'll also like to express his own gratitude to you. You tell Urdak that you will go to Doomgarak soon. He bows his head and joins his colleagues to prepare for the journey ahead. Cool beans. Let's get to the Bastion so we can pick up some supplies. We're down to 2 days left. Good healing. We're gonna have to pick up some more medical supplies. Hello? I would like some food. We are filled. Fantastic. And while we're here, we will go to the Praetorian. Yes, we have considered his offer and will agree to help them. An excellent decision, Vagrus. The Praetorian bows his head slightly. Now let us get into the specifics. First of our plans is to draw the cleansing conflagration fanatics into a position where we can attack them from two sides. This will require intense coordination from your warband and our forces. He points towards the southwest. We know full well that they are watching our movements, and we are aware of their desire to catch us out in the open. They are a pitiful band who do not understand the art of warfare, but even they know that they would stand no chance of attacking our fortifications. Furthermore, they have no stomach nor the tenacity for a siege. Also, they are likely unaware of your presence or view it as inconsequential. This they will pay for. Tell me, do you have a formidable force with which to attack them from the rear? You affirm that you do, or at least you shall when the time comes. Good. When you are ready to undertake this task, I will give the order for the majority of the Hollow Men to march from the Bastion. Such a large force departing, exposed and in the open, will spur the enemy to strike. It is what they've been waiting for, and it is where you come in. You tell him to elaborate, and he does. You can swear that you spy a devious gleam in his dark eyes. After they have begun their undoubtedly reckless assault, you will emerge from cover, where you will be lying in wait until the right moment. We will take the front of their forces, and you will hit them in the back. Besieged in two fronts, they will either perish or flee with abandon. Speak with me when you are ready. This task is not trivial. Do not dare think it as such. You must be prepared for bloodshed en masse. Are we clear? Fine. We'll make warriors of you and your brethren yet, he says with an edge of deviousness. A few snickers can be heard among his comrades. Now tell me, are you ready for the second part of this grand plan? By now, nodding is enough. It is no surprise that this Praetorian, whoever he really is, leads these men. He seamlessly oscillates between a stern manner and a more charismatic one. North of the village the burners call home, there is a mine that those who know the region call the Ember Mines. Not long after we regrouped here at the Bastion after our old fastness was lost, I sent a score of men there to scout the area in hopes of finding a way to the fabled loot of the mines, and they have not returned. It is impossible to know where they are, or indeed what fate befell them. I doubt we will see any of them alive. But here's my plea. Go there and if possible, find out what happened to them. You may need to scour the area, but they were instructed to strike a camp in the ruined town beneath the mines. Thus, Ember Town to the south could prove a fruitful place to look. Glad we knocked down that dwarf bridge, huh? You wonder out loud if doing so prior to drawing out the cleansing conflagration into attack may prove wise. After all, were the Hollow Men's ranks to be bolstered, they would prove a stronger force in the coming battle. An incisive sight, Vagrus, he replies, nodding. I leave the decision to you. As I say, you may do these tasks in any order. I doubt the burners would mount an attack on the bastion, and besides, even if they do, they will lose. So you need not worry about us while you are away. That brings me to the third task, our Ocula. Not long ago, we lost the sacred standard we bear in battle. The Aquilifer, our standard bearer, was slain in battle when our old fortress was assailed during using treachery by the raptors, as were the men who sought to defend him. We need to find what became of the treasured relic, where it is, if it wasn't destroyed. You ask if he has any idea where you might start. A moment of silence belies a modicum of contemplation on the matter until the Praetorian visibly sighs. The freshest information we have on the Aquila comes from the scrap heap, he admits. Both the Aquilifer and his entourage were lost in a storm of ash that beset us following the disaster of the Hollow King, our old fort. The Praetorian says solemnly. A sense of scorn and his fellows found most of their bodies later, though a significant portion were missing, let's say between 10 and 20 men. The Aquilifer and his closest men were among the dead. Perhaps the other Hollow Men were captured by the raptors, or perhaps another party entirely slew them or took them as prisoners along with the Aquila. I see no reason why they haven't resurfaced after the chaos, we just don't know. He turns toward the east and shields his eyes. What we do know is that from a scavenger we captured snooping around the bastion, he continues, a loner with one of the few who dare come from Varnurud these days. We let him go, for he was merely curious, but not before interrogating him on a few matters. It's lucky that we did. When we asked about the Aquila, almost offhand, nurturing no hope, he said that he saw some masked people pass through Scrap Heap a week before, hauling a pole of sorts wrapped in rags. Now, as you understand, this immediately piqued my interest. The scrapper knew nothing else except that these men, clearly Hollow Men, told folks they were drinking that they were leaving town. In what direction, I can't say. The Praetorian shakes his head. As far as we're concerned, the Aquila could be anywhere by now. Want my advice? He asks rhetorically. Some who appeared Hollow Men nabbed it and took it out of Varnurud. Naturally, I could be wrong. You are better suited to finding it outside of the mountains that we swore never to leave. You nod and he seeks your confirmation with a simple sentence. Are we clear? The faster we move on this, the faster you can cement yourself as an ally to the Hollow Men. You tell him that you understand and he merely nods in recognition. Whatever the case, you shall certainly have your work cut out for you. We don't want to do the pincer attack just yet. Because I would like to get one more fighter, 2 scouts, and now we're up to 500 cargo, so let's grab a worker as well. We bought a fallen effigy. The gang members are intrigued by the fall of a gigantic dwarven statue over the lava river northeast of the Ember Mines. Scrappers have been betting on when it is going to keel over for decades. They say, and now it has fallen at last. They have no idea that it was you. That's hilarious. And I'd like to keep it that way. I don't know why, just because I want to. All right, and now we can get a little bit more food. Cool, let's pause the episode there. Next time we will try to go out and find the Hollow Men at the Ember Town / Ember Mines, and see if we can't help the Bastion before finally knocking out the last of the Water Tribe stuff. So, if you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus The Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!